Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the class, for taking time for yourself and hanging out with me. This class is a foundational yoga class. So please find your comfortable position. Next time I will make sure that I cannot make sure that we get to chit chat, or I get to chit chat a little bit. So please, either sitting, standing, or lying, close your eyes. Just remember that we experience sometimes unexpected situation, and yet what will help us most is to remember to not judge, to not create the story in such a way that make us upset and angry. The path of health, mind, body, and spirit is the path of choosing to accept the thing that we can control, to give our best, the thing that we can give, and to find the balance. One of the most important pieces of our regular healthy mind, body, and spirit is our persistence toward what matters. So we can remember, and with that remembering, at some point our body can take over and choose to do the right thing itself. The breath is full and deep, and your body responds to it comfortably. You relax your jaw, soften your face. With your hands together, thumb to your third eye. May we chant Om 3 times together, please. Take a deep breath in. Exhale fully. Another deep inhale, please. And you bow your head towards your heart. Release your hands, lift your chin, Open your eyes. Let's come down onto our back, please. Oh yeah, my body is really sore. Extend your arms over your head, legs long. Yep. Oh, feel your bones elongate. Allow the exhale to help you to sink into that space of elongation. I forgot my glass. Rock your hips side to side. We go feet together, knee apart, Supta Baddha Konasana. And you also rock your hip side to side right here. You bring your knees up together. Draw them toward the chest. Open your knees apart. Then you can move your arms wide like wings and then circle them. Let them meet. Bring them back. Change direction, please. And we move the arms and legs up toward the sky. Check. Legs, arms, wrists. You can circle them if it feels right, or you mix and match them. That's also a great option as well. Happy baby. So open your knees wide. Hold your feet with the hands or use a strap. Kick into your hand just enough to feel your legs muscle engaged, and you rock your hips side to side. Then you draw your knees together, bring them toward the chest. Open your arms wide like wing, palm facing up. And you drop your knees together, side to side with breath. Remember to keep grounding the opposite shoulder. Really, don't let it come off the floor. You move mindfully. Don't go too far with your leg until you're gripping, your finger, your jaw, or you become really tense on your breathing. You do one more each side, please. Then you come back center. Shake your arms and your leg up toward the ceiling again. And from here, we are going to do bicycle, work on our core. Hands behind the back of the head, knees bend on top of your hips, and we do it 16 times, opposite elbow to opposite knee when you're ready. Move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then come down. Supta Baddha Konasana. Once again, feet together, knees open. And we go from here to bridge pose, please. So you bring your knees up toward one another, open your feet out to, move your feet out hip distance apart and make your feet parallel toward one another. After that, press your feet down, lift your hips up, push your feet forward to get that lift in your chest a little bit more. Go as high as you feel comfortable. Make sure your neck is nice and long. And your knees let go straight back, not fan open to the side. Next exhalation, bring your spine down to the floor one at a time, and then let the hips come back down to the ground. From there, hug your right knee toward the chest, extend your left leg nice and long. And we place our right ankle above the left knee and draw the left leg in toward the chest. Deep breath. You let your diaphragm move. You feel your body expand and soften. One more breath here. And from here, you let go of your left leg, and we are going to get your right leg back up towards straight. You can use a strap or hold your foot with your hands or big toe with your two fingers. We are going to open the right leg to the right first, okay? If you have a strap, you can hold both ends of the strap with your right hand and opening it. You can keep your left leg knees bent and open your left knee to the left. This is gonna be easier version for you. And pull your right foot toward your shoulder. You want to make it harder, and if your body can handle that, you can extend your left leg straight. Make sure that you choose the level that you can really help your hip crest facing the ceiling. Inhale, bring your right leg up, and we leave it right here to stretch the hamstrings muscles. Just use each exhale to pull your right leg closer to your face if that muscles allow you, your hamstring, to stretch them further. Like, just move mindfully and move respectfully. One more breath. You let go, shake your legs, shake your arms. Then we go left ankles above your right knee and draw your right leg in towards you. Wow. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Remember that within the practice, we find that place of balance. The balance that you give your best And you also let go and surrender. One more breath here. And you let go of your right leg. We get the left leg up straight with straps or not, and then opening it to the left, and you pulling your left foot up toward your shoulder. And how can you give your best? You work on your stretching, and yet you also have to let go into this moment, into the surrounding, into the energy that's holding you up, into your journey. And remember that you are part of something big as well. And then bring it up, and let's stretch the hamstrings, please. You can also interlace your hands behind the thighs and climb both arms up the legs. This is also another way to use your hands, to stretch your hamstrings muscles. One more breath. And then you let go of the stretch, and we're gonna do another. Let's check your hands and your feet again, please. Core exercise here. So have your hand on either side of your hip if you want it to be easier, or you can open your arms out like wing or hands over your head, which is gonna make it harder. And then bring both legs up toward the ceiling. Okay. Keep your shoulder blades on the floor. Exhale, extend your legs away from you. Go as slow as you want it to go. And inhale, bring it up and kick it toward the ceiling. Here we go. The core is engaged. And exhale down. And then bring it up and then lift the hip. Doesn't have to be big. Keep your jaw relaxed. 2 more. Last one. And knee to your chest. Rock side to side. When your knees go to the right, get yourself there as well. Bring yourself off from the floor, and we get onto our hands and knees. Let's take child's pose, please. Let's start right here, and we move cat-cow, and we go forward and backward with the breath. Inhale, round your back up to the sky, spread your fingers. Exhale, cow pose. Exhale, round your back up to the sky, head slow, tailbone down, and exhale, keep going to your heel, and you keep moving like that. The reason I choose this movement, first, I want our wrist to also have a chance to, warm up as well. So we move in and out from the flexions of our rests. Three more. When you go back down to your child's pose, walk both of your hands to the right. Inhale, breathe to your back. Exhale, push the floor away from you. And repeat. Really elongate that left side of your body with breath. One more breath. Other side, please. And you listen to your body mindfully. Remember to do your practice. You can always back off and rest any times. Bring your hand back center. Inhale, come up onto your hands and knee. Now we do a spinal wave here. When I find a spot that is really tight and really talking to me, I kind of spend a little time more there, which means I move slowly and really get into every bit of it. Yeah. You do one more before you change direction, please. One more time. Thread the needle, right hands under. I'm going to choose my hip over knee and extend my left hands around the extension of that. And lengthening that left hip back behind me. Yeah. Carefully come up. Other side, please. Inhale carefully, come back up. And you step your right leg forward. You get your left knees off the floor and pivot to the left, make your feet parallel toward one another. We are in our wide leg, standing. Okay, shins in, thighs out, elongate the spine, get your body toward the floor. One breath at a time. If you feel like you're dangling low enough and you want to do something else, hold your elbow, dangling your body side to side. Or you can walk yourself deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and to get more and more into the muscles. You're going to feel underneath of the legs. You're going to feel on your back and your neck. Any one of you that doesn't go that low, don't worry about that. Just go as low as you can. That maybe mean that your body doesn't even go low at all. Just work the elongation of the spine, hips back, chest forward. Okay. And we move from here to Skandasana, so we work the hips once again, heels in, toes out, and move from one leg to the other. Remember, the height will help you to get into the movement easier when you're tighter. So the higher you come up, the easier the get into the hip will be, but the stability will be a challenge for you because block, I feel like it should be taller for some of us. Keep that knees over the ankle when you bend it. Spine's long, legs are long. And then you stop moving when your right knee is bent and you're going to turn toward the front of the mat. Square your chest forward, get your left knees on the floor. And roll on the little toe side edge of your right leg, knees bent. Remember to pat your left knee with blanket or even for the mat. And right there, knees bent, open to the right, hips back, chest forward, and we go into this hip stretch. The lateral sides of our legs stretch as well. One breath at a time, get the sternums down toward the floor with the spine nice and long. And you do your jellyfish dance with the breath. The bigger the movement is, the easier the stretch you're going to feel it. Couple more breaths here. Relax your jaw. Inhale, come up and away from the stretch. Come high enough that you can, turn your right foot in from the ankle, from the lateral side to the heel and stretch your right leg. Square the hip. Our runner stretch is here. Elongate the spine and extend your chest forward and down. Once again, our jellyfish move here with the sternum, with the torso. And the heights will be different from one to the other. If you are higher than what I am doing, don't feel bad about that. I'm going to try to be stiff here. You find your height and you just work the stretch. Okay. Respect the muscle and do your stretch from where it can handle, not from your friend's body. And you inhale, you move up and away from the floor. Now we're going to cross the left leg behind the right leg. So make sure you grab your right foot down first. Go forward. Cross it. And the same idea here, you do the jellyfish dance with your body. And you find the maximum, stretch or the maximum place that you can go and you meet with the muscle and then you work with that space. You try to go deeper. Keep pressing the big toe side edge of both feet into the ground. You can move your body side to side if you like here. Make sure your face stays calm. You're not gripping your jaw. Inhale, move up and away from the stretch. Bend your knees, step your left leg back. Get your left knees on the floor or on the blanket. Make sure you support that joint well. Left hand on the floor on the block. We are going to turn the body to the right and then get your right leg back. And you want straight lines on the bottom, right arms overhead. We do 3 circles here. 1, 2, 3. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, and elongate that right side. Push your weight back toward the foot. Long from the foot to the finger. Next exhalation, you turn your chest toward the floor. We step the right leg forward once again. And we get into our lizard pose. Body diagonal to the left. Right knee over the ankle. Hips back, chest forward. Exhale, here we go. If you can catch something in all of these poses that I put it together, your trunk pretty much moves the same. It moves toward the ground. And the more you can get it toward the floor, the more stretch you ask yourself to really work on that muscles. Some of us are more flexible than others. It doesn't mean anything. Our job is just to get that muscle that we target and get it to be more flexible for our own body. Yeah, inhale, move your body up and away from the floor, please, and get your right leg back. Knees meets the left, hands on the blocks or on the floor, and drop your hips side to side. Child's pose, please. While you're breathing and observing, you see and feel the differences on both sides of your body, and just let it be. We only work on one side. We observe and notice what is. You kind of learn not to let the emotional grasp the story of your journey, so then you can see things a little bit more clearer, see things objectively. Next inhalation, you come up onto your hands and knees, and we work on the other side. Left leg go forward. Okay. Knees bend. Diagonal the foot to the left and roll on the little toe side edge of the foot. Spread your toes. Make sure your left foot and your right knees are far enough for your body. You can always adjust. You see me do it all the times, I hope. And then hips go back, chest forward. And then move your trunk toward the floor. Right? And I want you to feel free to do that, to kind of move yourself around all the time if you have to. One thing that is always when I do, my practice is I take my block in and out quite oftenly. Because I listen to my body, and I want you to do that. Like, don't freeze into the pose. If it doesn't feel right, move in, move out, try it again, and do it safely. One more breath. Inhale, come up and away from the floor, and really come off from that, muscle enough that you can move that left leg safely. So heels down, toes up, hip square, hug the thigh, elongate the spine, your hamstring stretches here. Here we go. If you do yoga practice and you are in the pose and you look like a statue, it's nothing moved, you get less of what you are here for. Okay. It's not that easy to stretch the muscle if you're not moving them with breath. Inhale, come up and away from the floor. Drag your left foot in, ground the foot down, go forward, and cross your right leg behind your left leg. I'm going to check my phones a little bit and keep doing your cross leg Uttanasana. You are being fluid with your breath, with your energy. Fluidity is important. Inhale, come up and away from that muscles. Bend the knee, step your right leg back. Your right knee is on the floor. Your right hand's on the floor, on the block. See what works. Turn your body open to the left. Kick your left leg back. One straight line on the bottom. Left arms go up. Left shoulder, we work it. 3 circle. One direction. The other. This size, I definitely feel like I need a little more height. And then elongate with breath. Last breath. Facing the floor, exhale. Step your left leg forward and walk it to the left, diagonal, the foot slightly. Body diagonal to the right. Hips back, chest extend, spine long, lizard pose. Inhale, move up and away from the floor. And we get the left leg back and get your left knee to meet the right knee. And drop the hip side to side. Let's go to our downward facing dog from here, please. Spread the fingers. Tuck the toes, knees out from the floor. Push your chest back toward the feet. Once again, don't let the pose be in the freezing looking pose. Really work the muscle. Use your breath. Down dog, you can do 2-3 things here. If you are really open, you can work your chest while you stretch your hamstring and your calf muscles at the same time. If you're tight, you might have to, do one or the other. And the other thing you can do is you rock your hips side to side to work the size muscles of your body. Next inhalation, go toward plank pose. Go as far as your wrists feel comfortable. Exhale, go back to downward facing dog. Repeat that. And you challenge the flexion of your wrist one inhale at a time. That's where we go toward it. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. And also your upper body strength. Really claw the floor with your finger pads. You really need to make that palms and wrist strong. 2 more. Last one. And get your knees to the floor. Child's pose, please. Let go. Let everything go. Let the floor support you. And come up onto your hands and knee. This time we extend the right leg back and up, and left hand forward and up. Hold still here or move with your elbow and the knee meet beneath the belly. Inhale, exhale, extend. 2 more. Then left hand down, right leg step forward. Get your left knees off from the floor, 90 degrees with the back edge of the mat. Come upright, warrior 2. You can open your arms wide right away or not. Have your hands onto your hip. Check your feet first, adjust them, get them right, then get your arms out, okay? And once again, move with the breath. One more breath. Go into extend side angle pose. So we go forward and diagonal the body. One more breath. And you turn your body toward the floor. Get your left hand down, square your hip forward, get your left knee onto the mat or on the blanket, and stretch your right leg. Runner stretch 1 more times here. Bow down. And bow. Inhale, move up and away from your right leg. Keep breathing. Drag your right foot in, have the foot on the floor. Get your left knees off from the ground. We're going to go forward 2, forward 4. Step your left foot, feet hip distance apart. Hug your chins in, put your thighs out, and exhale. Get your body toward your leg the best you can. Inhale, elongate the spine up and away from the legs. Exhale, get your chest toward the floor the best you can. Okay. One more breath. And then carefully you bend your knees as deep as you can. Have your hands onto the floor. Spread your fingers apart. Step your feet back behind you, one at a time, and go to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. You can go nice and slow. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Then bring your knees toward the floor. Second side, left leg extend back and off the floor. Right hand extend forward and off the floor. Inhale beneath the belly, elbow and your knee meet. Exhale, extend. 2 more. Bring your right hand down. Step your left leg forward. Use block if you need to. Right? Get yourself off from the ground safely. Get your right knees out from the floor. Warrior 2, ground the back leg 90 degrees with the long side edge of the mat. Come off from the ground. Check your foundation. Front heels back arch. When you're ready, warrior 2. Extend side angle pose. One more breath. Next exhale, really bend that left knee deep, turn your body forward. Use your block to help you square the hip. Get your right knee on the floor. Step your left leg back. Push your weight from your left heel until you straighten your left leg and we go bow down. Lunge stretch. Inhale, move up and away from your left leg. Drag your left foot in. Right. Get your right knees off from the floor. You move your body forward. Bend your knee as deep as you need to. And you step your right leg, feet hip distance apart. Right. Stack the block if you have to. Elongate the spine. Exhale, bow. If not much of the movement, don't worry. Inhale, elongate the spine. Hug your shins in. Put your thighs apart. Exhale, get your spine as low as you can. And then you bend your knees, get your arms out and up and stand nice and tall. Straight your leg carefully. Hold your left wrist. Side stretch to the right. Ribs is in, hips is go back. One more breath. Other side. You move up to the center. Bring your hands down by your side. Have your weight toward your left leg. Step your right leg back. Be on the ball of your right leg. Just go as far as you feel safe. High lunge right here. Hips square, exhale, lunge. Inhale, length. Then work this movement with the breath. Your arms are yours. Use them wisely. One more breath. Now you're going to lean forward toward that left leg, okay? Really get the weight toward your left foot so your right leg is lighter and you can just get your right leg in and come up standing. Tadasana. See that? And breathe. Eyes closed. You kind of catch your breath, but stay calm. Breathe long. Breathe deep. Then shift your weight toward your right foot. Bend both knees. Move your left leg back. Yeah. When you find the width of the leg, work with the breath. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, length. Ribs is in. Heart is open. You can even have your hand on either side of your sacrum to really point your sacrum down. One more breath. This one we're going to go to the floor. So next exhale, come bend your left knee. Really go down, 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 down. Child's pose. Come up onto your hands and knees. Step your right leg forward. upright with your trunk. Now, if you need to help yourself with the balance, you can stack the block. Those blocks is on top of one another. Some of you may need both. Some of you can do one. Then we are going to bend the left knee and hold the foot with the hands. Okay? I think it's better to have the block on the sides. Yeah. And hold the foot in. Roll your tailbone down. Come upright with the body. This version doesn't work for you. Don't do it. Do low lunge instead. So you do the action like high lunge. Only difference is your left leg, instead you be on the ball of the foot, you are on your knees. Yeah? And you do it like that. But for us, you can hold the foot. You're not going to move as much as your friends doing. So just stay right here. And then you relax and we go into the twist, left hands on the floor. Okay. Maybe you have to walk your right foot to the right a little bit. And then you twist your body to the right. Bellies go to the floor. Chest try to go toward the ceiling. Shoulder blades move back. When you're ready with the twist, you can play with your right arm to extend it up and extend it alongside the ears. Or just extend it in a way that you really feel your heart nice and open. And carefully untwist. Child's pose, please. Other sides, come up onto your hands and knees, left leg forward, and you do your variation. Either bend your right knee and hold the foot, root your tailbone down, lift your heart up. You cannot be able to be stable by, have your left hands on the leg. You can have your left hands on the block and have the foundations, more point on the floor here. Or you do low lunge. Okay? And next exhalation, let go. Land your right hands on the floor, on the block. Walk your left foot to the left hands onto the hips at first. And then we twist to the left. Hips back, chest forward, twisting. Long spine when you're twisting. Don't round your lower back, the lower back. Next, nice and long. Work the arms last. And when you work your arm, work from the back forward. It's easier to keep your shoulder open safely that way. One last breath. And child's pose, please. Exhale, go toward the floor. Step your left leg back. Walk your hands back to your knees, come up to a seated position, and we go from here to a frog pose. Since I have one student, I love this pose so much. So you all are doing it. Remember, Your frog is your goddess pose. I'm going to do it from standing. So what you are trying to do is, you make your shins parallel, you open your knees apart, exactly the same muscle we are stretching when we go upside down. So the question for you will be is how can you keep sliding your knees apart safely? It depends on what floor you have. If you have all carpet, that will be easier. I have wood, so I'm going to keep one leg on the blanket, one leg on the mat, and I'm going to use the leg on the blanket to slide it out. The big toe side to the feet onto the floor, and you are going to get your forearms on the ground or on the blocks. Great. The position of your hip, it will depend on how and where you want to feel the muscle. You can move it forward a lot, which you're going to feel less intense, of course. If you think about goddess pose, we try to get the hips lower, which means go toward the foot, right? So you try to move it that way, and you're going to feel really the intensity of the stretch here. Go as far as you feel, you can handle the stretch. And you can go move in and out from that feeling as well. You try your best not to sag your belly to the floor, still engage your core somewhat. And when you want to come out from it, for me, I'm going to use inhalation, forearms, and the leg on my blanket to get myself come out from it safely. And you get your knees together. Drop your hips side to side. Doesn't feel right. I'm going to go into, let's feel better. Spinal circulation. Change direction. And now we're going to go toward the floor. Onto your belly. Stack your hands on top of one another. Like rest here for a little bit. What time is it right now? We are going to do Locus Pose here. If you have a strap, I encourage you to do that. So we use the strap by holding the strap palm facing up and find the width of how far your palm should be away from one another. You don't have the strap, you can do airplane arms or interlace your hands behind your back. If you're looser on your pec major, when I mean looser, so now this is applied to all of us. No matter where your arms are landed, if you can get your shoulder blades together and up and away from the floor safely, you're good. Don't let this part of your body route it, okay? If you interlace the hand, make sure you can just go up and away from the floor. I'm going to use a strap, okay? We have all of that the same, and then after that, you extend the arms back and up and legs up. If you have your arms wide to the side, you lift from the chest, lift from the lower back, legs and arms, and breathe. And let your body move with the breath still. Now move your head back as well. We don't want the chin to move forward. We want the chin to move backward, but you should move from the back of your head. Last breath. And come down. Stack the hand. Rest your foreheads on it and rock your hips side to side. Next is Cobra pose. Cobra, what difference from Cobra to Locus pose is the position of your hands. And to me, it's just only that. Everything else, the actions of your upper bodies are the same, okay? So you find the position of your hands in Cobra from one to the other also different, and get the shoulder blades together, right? Onto your back, and you feel that you get your wings back behind your back. Now top of your feet on the floor, and you add height. Since we have the hands on the floor, the height can come off from the ground much more than Locus pose, of course. But the higher you come up, the challenge is, can you keep your shoulder blades onto your back still, and your lower back has to be strong enough. Your core needs to be engaged all the way through, and even more so when you come up higher, so you don't get your lower back hurt. Work with the breath. Find the right height. Give me 2 more. And go toward the floor. Stack the hand, rest your forehead on them. Rock your hips side to side. Then you stop. Oh, it feels good. And from here, you are going to just help yourself to roll onto your back. And we're going to do figure 4 one more time. It's our right ankle above the left knee. It's our pigeon stretch. When I say pigeon stretch, I'm referring to the muscle that we are stretching. Same muscles. We did it earlier, but we're going to do it again. Hopefully you can go deeper. Now, if you happen to be able to go deeper in your figure 4 on your back stretch, and you feel like, can I go more? You can use the elbow crease of your left hand to go into the little toe side edge of your right foot and bring it closer to your chest. And this is then end up called a baby cradle, like on your back. And you can just let your right leg go. It doesn't have to do anything now, it's just knee bend. But if you extend it straight, it's gonna, I don't want to say cause more trouble, it's gonna cause you more asking from the muscle that you're stretching. You just increase the intensity. So pick the variation that works for you. It doesn't mean that you are on your back and your piriformis muscle has to be stretched less than when you are in pigeon pose. And then you let your right leg go, kick it toward the ceiling once, and interlace your hand behind the back of the thigh. Press your palm into the thigh and kick your thighs into your palms. And just really elongate that right leg up toward the ceiling. And switch side. Left ankle above your right knee. Or baby cradle. Okay. Right elbow creased to the outside edge of your left foot. You have to listen to your left knee and left hip joint. They're going to talk to you. You ask too much too quickly, you will end up hurting yourself. You're going to feel the pain and you should back off. One more breath here. And then you let go of your left leg. You interlace the hands, hold it behind the back of the thighs, and you just kick your left thighs into the palms. Resist it just enough. Keep your shoulder blades back and get your left leg up. And here we go. Let's place the block underneath the sacrum and adjust your shoulder, legs up toward the ceiling. Here we go. Let everything work with the energy around you. You're somewhat holding the pose, but yet something else. No. The energy that surrounded you, the air, the gravity are doing the work also for you. May you choose not to fight the challenge, but flow with them. It may feel painful, it may feel overwhelming, but it will be less pain and less overwhelming if you allow yourself to flow with them. Remember, they are not permanent. Everything in our lives change, shift, flow. Be calm when you are in it. Open your heart when you are in it. Learn from them. Accept them. You relax your jaw even more. And from your supported shoulder stand, now move yourself into your Shivasana. If you still love to leave your leg up in the sky, enjoy. Remember to make the Shivasana as comfy, as supported, as juicy as possible for you to be on it. And you stay there as long as you wish. I see you next week, everybody. Namaste.